It's the NFC North Open Mic night on the main stage here on the Main Event 365. I am your host, Main Event Mike, joined by our illustrious panel of experts, headliner panel that we have assembled here today. Let's introduce them now, starting with the Green Bay Packers and Bill the Packer fan.
What's going on, everybody?
How you doing, Bill?
Pretty
and then
good.
Sending it out to the west coast of California, it's Gregg Rice at Gregg Rice 20. How are you tonight, Greg?
Doing good.
It's not even dinner time in California yet.
It isn't. My Bruins locked up the Pac-12 in basketball. Life is good.
And representing the NFC North champions tonight, it's Minneapolis, Minnesota. It's our good friend Jamez. How are you, Jamez?
I'm doing good, bro, man. We got some stuff to talk about tonight.
We do. We've got news for all four teams, and we can't forget the team that came in last in the division, and that is the Chicago Bears. And Mike, the Bear fan, is here tonight. Mike, how are you?
Great. I mean, you guys can get the first pick every year, so.
Yeah.
No, that's it entirely. We're the Lions, so we are allowed to seize this moment that we didn't come in last and ride it as long as we can, brother. I thank you for understanding.
I'll give you that.
Thank you for understanding. And since we're talking to you, I think it's a good place to start because the number one topic today on national media and on social media, especially all of our groups today, dominated by the Chicago Bears and the number one draft pick. And the reason is that because the report from Adam Schefter today says that league sources say that the Chicago Bears are leaning towards trading out of the number one spot. And at least 9 teams, Chicago even confirmed that at least 9 teams have inquired about the pick. So we'll start with you, Bill, the Packer fan. Is this just smoke, or do you think the Bears are really considering trading out?
No, honestly, who really gives a flying fuck? It's the Bears. No, you know, I knew it was coming. We knew they were going to trade it away. I mean, they don't need a quarterback because they got a running back, so.
Right. We're looking for a more intelligent answer, so we'll send it to a Lions fan. Gregg Rice, is this just smoke?
No, absolutely not. Look, if you're the Bears, you literally need everything. They don't need a quarterback, though. I think you really need to give Fields another year. That being said, if they could trade down in a scenario where ideally they could stay in at least the top 7 and recoup another day 2 pick, maybe a couple day 3 picks, I think that is a prime choice for Chicago right now. They need as much talent infusion as they can get. And with that number 1 pick, giving Justin Fields another chance, I think this is a prime opportunity to do it. That being said, I'm interested to know who these 9 teams are. Well, I guess we'll have to see as it gets closer.
Well, we determined last week there could be as many as 11 teams looking for a quarterback. So it stands to reason that most of those teams that are inquiring would be quarterback needy teams. But, you know, there could be a team that just covets Will Anderson and thinks that he's a franchise changing piece on the defense. And that could be a team looking to move up as well. Russell Wayne, I know you think it's smoke.
Well, I mean, you just got to listen to Aaron Rodgers and the Pat McAfee show. I mean, can we really believe anything that Adam Schefter says, man? I mean, we haven't even had a combine yet. I mean, the combine starts tomorrow. We haven't even seen these guys run around in shorts yet and have anything to be excited. 9 teams are so excited. Which player is it? Is it Bryce Young? I mean, which is it the so exciting player that somebody's willing to trade their future just to get up into that pick? I don't know. I think it's smoke.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Jamez, what do you think?
Well, I even though Adam Schefter did kind of ruin his reputation a little bit when he said all the false shit about Rodgers, bro. I would like to think now that he would try to learn from his mistakes and that he would try to be on point now. I already felt like the Bears were probably going to be trading the number 1 pick. I think I touched on it a little bit. And I said, and the main reason why is because I don't feel you stay there unless you want to go quarterback. You know, unless you feel you need a quarterback, there's no reason to stay there. I think Gregg said I stay inside the top 7. See, me personally, I'm staying inside that top 5 because I want to make sure that if I'm going whether I want the best wide receiver out the draft or I want to get the best defender or the best, Will Anderson. I'm thinking Jalen Carter, whatever I'm thinking. I want to make sure I'm still in position to get those guys. And as far as like you said, there is a lot of the need for quarterback is so thirsty around the league. I could see guys like some people want to come down there and jump the line, like you said. We touched on like New Orleans Saints, or maybe if it doesn't work out with the with Vegas for a car, but the other people that are down to that need one, they're pretty much in a good position already. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm at 3, 2, 3, or 4, I'm not really that thirsty to trade my future away for number 1, because I know I could probably still get me, if not my guy, a damn good guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think to touch on the Bryce Young thing, even though he's kind of undersized, bro, I think he's going to go quick. I think he's going to go either to the Texans or Indianapolis.
I think so as well. Mike, the Bear fan, what are you hearing out of Chicago? Other than I'll have a Chicago beef sandwich.
Well, no, first I'd
Bears.
like to say I believe Russell and Mike said that we were trading Justin Fields. I have a clip, you have a clip, and I'm sorry, but you guys are wrong. But we are going to move and totally trade that first pick for sure, especially if we're going to get better draft capital. Why wouldn't we trade around the first round pick for 2 number 1s plus some other stuff? You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
turn your mic up a little bit, Mike.
4 spots, and we're still going to get Will Anderson Jr. If Will Anderson isn't there, we'll get Carter, because whoever moves up, they're going to get that quarterback.
Yeah, and that goes back to Jamez. That goes back to Jamez's point. If you can predict, you can't predict, but you want to stay. If there's a guy that you're thinking you could trade out and still get your guy, you don't want to trade back too far, right? I think the Bears could actually trade out twice. Right?
And not get the player that we want, but we could. But our player on our board is Will Anderson or Carter. I want Anderson. Carter is too light on his feet in the defensive tackle position. He gets thrown around. Don't get me wrong; he's a great player. He's probably going to be a good player, but I feel Anderson is going to be a better overall player.
Right, that's a good call. But one thing's for sure is I'm on record as saying, I don't think that there's no way they trade Fields. I know Russell Wayne said that, but don't lump me in with that, because I did not say that. And I would be shocked if they trade Justin Fields. But that number 1 pick, like Jamez says, you got to stay in striking distance. Let's say Indianapolis wants to leapfrog Houston, and they go from 4 to 1. Now you're sitting at 4. Somebody comes, and then Arizona trades out at 3 for another team that's going to get a quarterback. And then someone like Carolina comes in and says, hey, Chicago, we'll give you some more stuff for that number 4 pick so they could get a quarterback. Chicago could actually trade out twice in the second round and get a total haul for that number 1 pick.
And guess what, Mike? And then guess where else we're talking in? Now I'm getting me something for 2024 too, goddammit.
Yeah,
right.
Yes,
throw
sir.
something in there.
Yeah. Greedy though, because if we trade her out the first round pick, technically we're probably going to get 2 first rounders. Yeah, we're going to drop down, but we're going to get their following year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Last year we only started with 3 picks. Like we had quite a few picks. Yeah, we got a lot of holes to fill, but we got money too. You know what I mean?
Right.
If they trade twice, I would love it, but we can't go past 6 or 7. Because we still want that defensive player. The team's moving up, more than likely he's going to get that quarterback. But
well, the Lions ain't trading with your ass. I don't care.
We ain't the Vikings. We don't trade with rivals.
Yeah, we would never trade.
You must be Quizzy.
The Vikings. That motherfucker did it twice. He did it twice in one goddamn draft. I'm like, goddamn, man.
That was unreal.
But you know what? Hey, that was his first time at bat. I'm gonna give him a pass, but this time he's got to nail shit.
Yeah.
John Dorn's in the comments already saying that the Bears better draft Bryce Young.
Nice.
No, wait a minute. Before that, he said Bears will take a kicker at number 1.
Hey, don't forget that Jamez smokes this weed too.
Wow, he actually typed that.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
That's on the internet forever.
He actually created a meme about that and everything.
Oh, John Dorn, you win the internet today with that one, my friend.
John Dorn, you might want to go ahead. John Dorn, get on here. John Dorn, get on here, man. You got the link.
John Dorn won't accept my friend request. I'm starting to think he's taking it personal.
No, Mike. Mike, it ain't that. They've been investigating his ass about what he been doing down there when he be ice fishing. They said it's a ring of prostitution going around in that town.
I like it.
Hey, if you think I'm lying, ask John Doran. If he comes on here, if he responds to the comments, he's gonna tell you I'm not lying. I'm dead serious, bro.
Well, that's a major call out right here on the main event, right there. What do you think, Mike?
I might get him on here with that one.
Nice.
It's a call out.
Man,
let's
so
hear that bell.
Who do you think?
Hear that bell, Russ.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Russ. What do you got?
John Dorn's getting called out. Yeah, we want to get him on here. No, I just want to dive deeper into this number one pick. Who do you think is the most? Who do you think would come up and get that pick that needs to get past Arizona? Like, that's why I didn't think anybody would want it. It's like, I mean, who needs to get past Arizona?
Well, that depends on who they covet, and it's also going to depend on free agency, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, that too.
I mean, what?
I'm thinking the Texans.
Really, we don't know how it's going to play out, but just like every year, there's going to be teams that are looking for a quarterback. And
I think the Texans are going to say, you know what, we're staying right here, and we're going to get the best guy. We're going to take the best quarterback. If they take Bryce Young, we're taking Stroud or Levis, whoever it might be, Richardson, whoever it might be. But they're just like, shit, whoever falls off that board, we're getting the next best guy. I don't think Texans is going to be willing to make no moves.
Yeah, let's go to Gregg Rice. Gregg, who are you looking at in this draft at first glance that's sticking out to you from the quarterback position? Who looks like the best recruit to you?
I mean, I'm going to go with C.J. Stroud, just for the intent. I am, and I'm going to stand by that because what he did in that playoff game last year, the intangibles that just came with that, the heart that he showed, even though they lost the game, it was a big heart check for him last year, and a lot of people were starting to question it towards the end of the season, especially after that loss to Michigan. When he came in that playoff game and he showed me something, and until his receiver went down, they were very much in the mix for taking that game. And just to touch on something else real quick, I'm not entirely sure the Texans take a quarterback, you guys. I would not be surprised with their coaching hire if they went out and they signed a Jimmy G and Ryans went out there and grabbed a Jalen Carter or Will Anderson. I'll just leave it at that.
That's a great call out.
I like that, Greg.
Jamez, let's talk about that. That's a great call out, Gregg Rice. I haven't heard that yet, but it does make sense. You're right. It's a defensive-minded coach coming there to Houston. They don't hate Davis Mills anyway. So if they might be able to go out and get a free agent. What do you think about that, Jamez?
They definitely might, but I would doubt that they're going to just let it run for Davis Mills even for a year, especially unless they're at the mind frame that we know this is going to take a couple years and we're going to take our time with this and just build this up a little bit more slower. But I would definitely think that if they couldn't land a nice free agent, bro, that they're going to take the best quarterback that's on the board that they think they can get.
I think they got to draft a quarterback there. They gave
they're in too good of Mike. They're in too good a position they're in, man. They're in too good a position not to take one.
Right. I like it. John Dorn is on the show. How are you tonight, John?
How's it going, guys?
All right.
Hey, y'all see, that's my superpowers. I know how to get people on here.
We are trying to get to the bottom of this Bears number one pick, John. And all kidding aside, serious football analysis. They're talking about Bears are going to trade out of that number one spot. Tell me the pros and cons there.
I think they should. I don't see what they can go back like 2 or 3 spots, not 4 or 5 actually.
Yeah,
and still get a good player. I mean, give out more picks. They need a lot of players, and the more picks, the better.
Yeah, agreed.
The more picks, the better.
I mean, to tell you the truth, Fields. Everybody gives Fields a lot of crap. I give him 1 more year. Get them around them. They get if he doesn't do anything by next year, you gotta find a new quarterback after next year. But give him at least 1 more year. Give him 1 more chance and see what happens.
John Dorn just endorsed Justin Fields. You heard it here on the main event. 365.
That was a good take.
That was.
Pig just flew by my window.
One thing about it, you got to build your offensive line. You got to build your defensive line. And if you get a quarterback right off the bat, you really can't do that. You got to go on Justin Fields, give him a year, and see what happens.
All right.
Wow.
Mike, the Bear fan, what do you say to that?
I fucking love John for once. Shit.
What?
Stop playing with us.
So, all right.
We are bringing people together, and Detroit Jesus isn't even here.
Oh, man.
All right. I like it. Thanks for that take, John. I want to keep this these NFL prospects looking around. And Bill, the Packer fan, I know you only care about the Packers, and all other things don't matter. So with your green and gold colored glasses, tell me which one of these prospects outside of Dalton Kincaid do you think is looking good for a Green Bay Packers selection?
I'm thinking, I don't really follow college much, but I know what our needs are, and it's going to be offensive linemen and tight end. That's like top priority right there.
Take Mayers. They take Mayers.
Jordan Love takes over and Rodgers, bounces, gets traded or whatever. We still need to keep the team young, so we got two decent young receivers. Let's go after a couple of tight ends. Even one in the earlier rounds, one in the later rounds. That's kind of what my goal is.
Two tight ends like the Patriots used to do.
You wouldn't. Oh yeah, and then I think
two tight end sets too, though. But I just wanted to comment back on the Bears. I think they should get Bryce Young and just convert, Fields over to a running back. I think that's fun.
It's interesting.
Bill, I saw a report where they said, the Bears might take a quarterback just to let them guys compete it out, bro. Like grab a Stroud or Bryce Young and then let Fields compete it out for the job. That would be kind of disrespectful to Fields, though.
It's interesting, Bill, that you mentioned drafting two tight ends because Aaron Hernandez has actually won a Super Bowl since Aaron Rodgers. So just throwing that out.
Hey, but don't forget that he's won a Super Bowl before the Lions did too, though. Don't leave that part out.
I've had enough of that shit.
I had enough of that
shit. So let's talk about those Detroit Lions for a minute now. There's a lot of chatter out there in social media about the Lions possibly landing Jalen Ramsey. Jamez?
Not happening. Not happening.
Football mind?
Not happening.
I hear you speaking about I know you got a good football mind. So tell me,
I'm about to light some up right now, but I've seen a few different attachments, more heavy on the Lions side about them the Vikings and the Lions trying to grab them. Now, I would say no for both if I was the Lions or the Vikings, just because of the price tag that comes with it. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't disrespect Jalen Ramsey as much as John Doran and some people, people will, but he's still a top 5 corner. Easily. And I understand that in the game of football, bro, when you enter a new city, new state, and you got new people rallying behind you, bro, that can give you new inspiration to get back on top of your game, especially when you've got to earn your new money for this new contract. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now let's say I had Chicago Bear money. If the Vikings were in the same cap space situation as the Chicago Bears right now, I'd say yes, you need to get Jalen Ramsey on the phone. But in the current situation right now, I'd try my luck in the draft. I'd probably go corner with my first pick at 23. If not, I'd try to go a little bit cheaper, at least try to use Flores, use his connections, get like a Byron Jones or Xavier Howard on the phone maybe, and see if he's willing to take a little bit less to come try to help the squad out so we can achieve the dream. That I would be on that. But as far as Detroit, I think it would make more sense for them, but at the same time, to carry his load, bro, to carry the amount that's going to cost to pay for him, bro, that's going to have to cost other people on the job. People, you know what I'm saying? Other people might have to either walk, or that's going to stop you from getting other people, spreading the team out and getting, building up with the team just to take care of him.
Yeah, the contract's a problem, but any team who's entertaining the idea of getting him is going to have to pay that. If they can't get a deal done, correct me if I'm wrong, the Rams would end up cutting him as a cap casualty, right? And then he would be free to sign anywhere he wanted. Is that correct, Gregg Rice? Is that right?
I'm not so sure if they're cutting him there. I just look, if you just cut Wagner, if you cut Ramsey, you're in that division. You're essentially shooing yourself in for third place, possibly fighting it out in the cellar with Arizona. I just don't see Ramsey as a cap casualty. They'll find a way to wiggle him in to keep him there if they don't find a good trade partner. That being said, from social media reports, it looks like Ramsey's really unhappy there. As a Lion, look, man, I've talked to you, Mike, and Russell. I'm a huge Ramsey fan, man. I think the kid just has the it factor. I've seen on social media, on Twitter, Lions fans trying to justify he's 28, he's over the hill. I'd give up a day 3 pick for him. None of that is true. All right. I'm not exactly into giving up a first round pick, but I'll tell you this, man. If we can wiggle out a new contract for him, I'd give up both my second rounders for him this year. And as Mike and Russell know, we don't have any luck in the second round anyway. It's just not in our Lions history. So,
damn right, Greg, you wouldn't give up 18 and a little cash for him?
For a 28-year-old?
No, I give up both my second round picks though.
Okay,
Two second rounders for Jalen.
Don't get me wrong. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I just want to see.
I think that sounds fair to me, also, Greg. And if I'm the Rams, I got so many holes, I might take that.
Yeah.
So I want to shift now to the purple.
Can I say one thing on that?
Yeah,
and we're going to talk to our friend Jamez now. Jamez, I understand that you've got some news you want to break about Dalvin Cook, but before you do that, I wanted to ask you a question.
Okay.
We have a great reel, which has over 1,000 views right now, I believe. You can go over to the Main Event 365 to the Facebook page and look at the reel where I'm asking you to give me a good skull, buddy. And you give me a good skull, motherfucker. And it is a thing of beauty. And I want to say thank you for that. But I want to ask you, do you know what skull means? And if you do, please educate our viewers, because I Googled it today.
Well, a lot of people accuse us of stealing it from people, stealing it from the Iceland. But we got permission to use it is the thing. You know, they use it for soccer over there. So we took it from them, bro, and we made the shit global. And people, you might not believe this, but it is an X factor that we use here in US Bank for opposing teams, bro. It might not work every time. Obviously, didn't work for the goddamn Giants, but bro, when everybody gets in sync and everybody starts doing, and then they bring little Kirk out, the little baby Kirk with his chains out, bro. It gets live in there, bro. Hey,
and they all go,
bro. I'm telling you, the opposing team, you ain't hearing shit on third down. You ain't hearing shit.
You like that? I Googled it today, Jamez. And skull comes from the Norwegian word skål, which means a vessel which holds alcohol. In other words, it's a beer mug. You like that?
I ain't heard that one yet.
Wait a minute. When you say skull, essentially you're saying cheers.
That's right.
Like that?
Oh yes.
Look, I am no longer intimidated by the Viking fans who are yelling cheers at me.
Whoa, I gotta step in on that, Mike. You gotta understand. See, I'm a big time wrestling fan here, and if you've ever seen Drew McIntyre, they love to drink beer right before they beat the shit out of you. So you gotta understand, if they're saying cheers, they're about ready to fight you.
That's right.
Have they ever won a title?
Well,
no, they've never won the belt, just like the Vikings.
They don't like to fight.
Tell us what's going on over there in the land of 10,000 lakes made of Viking tears.
Oh no, it's not tears, goddammit. That's tears from Green Bay that sails over here when it rains, goddammit. But no. I think, we want to talk about the Vikings cap space. And I mentioned a little bit on it on the last show, but there's a few guys that not only would I wouldn't give a damn if they walked the plank, but now Dalvin Cook, we know we were Dalvin Cook. We found out a few weeks ago, about 2 weeks ago now, he said that he wasn't willing to restructure. He's not willing to give a damn penny back and pay me what you owe me, goddammit. So that was the first rip. Now today, Adam Schefter just reported this about 10 minutes before we started the show, 15 minutes. He said, I checked it out. So Dalvin Cook's agent went on Instagram. He posted a highlight reel of what he did for the season. This is basically a nice little highlight film, and he put a caption with it that said, "Hell, if they had a coach that knew how to coach running plays, just imagine what it would be," quote unquote. Whoa, so basically, that kind of makes me feel like he's probably out of there, bro. And as good as Dalvin Cook is, bro, he's obviously the best running back in the North, talent-wise. Due to the fact that the way this motherfucker, I think he eats buttered popcorn before the game. He's been fumbling his ass off, first of all. And a lot of his yards, bro, I'm a big Dalvin Cook fan, bro. But the thing about it is, a lot of his yards this year, he'll have He'll be getting his ass shut down all game, but he'll end up somehow busting up like a 40 to 50 yard run down in that game. So he'll have 80, 90 to 100 yards to the pack where you'll think, damn, he had a pretty good game. Bro, he was getting his ass stuffed. And we didn't have the worst offensive line that we didn't have the greatest. And for the price tag, I think we would save about $8.67 million if he were to be off the books, bro. I think Madison would be more reliable, bro. I think and more cheaper at this point. And bro, the way we throw the ball now, shit. At this point, motherfucker, you're expendable. And I think Mike Zimmer ran his ass into the ground, bro. This is his first season playing every goddamn game, and even in that, he had a down year. He's had more production in years where he's missed 4 to 5 goddamn games.
There does seem to be about 4 or 5 running backs in this draft class too that are at least a second round grade. So the Vikings. Mike.
Mike. Oh no, Mike. That's what I was going to end it with. No, Mike.
What do you think?
At this point, I'm gonna be honest. I would tell Dalvin Cook to fuck him in his. I tell him to get the fuck off and don't let the door hit him on his ass on the way out.
Jesus.
Hey, bro. I'm not even lying to you as much. I tell him to fuck him in his goddamn pussy. Listen, I'm telling you this what I was. Hey, I say, bro, listen, not only do we have Madison right here who's saying that he's going to be number one, bro. We got a young goddamn special gem in the making of. I don't know if you guys know about Ty Chandler, but that motherfucker, he's gonna be our next franchise running back, bro. He's ready. I think he's ready right now.
Wow.
I tell Dalvin Cook, if you don't want to take the pay cut, walk the plank, motherfucker.
Okay. So there it is. You heard it from Minneapolis, Minnesota himself.
Hey, Mike,
let Dalvin Cook go. And the third string running back is the guy that's going to take the league by storm.
Remember I said it.
Okay, we will.
Hey, Mike, can I throw something in here?
I do, because it's open mic night.
Yeah. So I'm going to throw something in here. I'm over here, the over the cap on the Minnesota Vikings. Just something just to bring up to you, Jamez, like if you cut him, then you're going to save $5 million against the cap. If you trade him, you're going to save almost $8 million to the cap. So you guys are better off. You can save a little bit more money.
Yeah.
If you would trade him, is that?
When the report first came out, bro, you know what the fucked up thing about it? I got to chill because all the Philly fans was on there. Come to Philly, and I wouldn't want to see that, bro, because that's about the player they're away from doing some shit. I want Philly to fall off the goddamn map next year. I want them to be about seventh. I want them motherfuckers to be a wild card in the NFC next year. Goddamn it! I don't want them getting no Dalvin Cook.
So
that would take imagine what that creates for Jalen Hurts and the rest of that offense if they were to get a Dalvin Cook over there, man.
True.
They'd kick Miles Sanders right in his ass for him.
So more numbers for you right here. I mean, because I want you to react to this live because I got this over the cap. It is right there. So your cap space, you guys are 24 million behind. Now there is a lot of guys that you can just cut and like some obvious things that looks like that you guys are going to do, but you guys need to clear up right around 35 million in order to sign your draft class as well too. So you guys ain't making moves until you clear up about 35 million. So
wow.
Hey Russell, I was already thinking in my head. We're gonna have to drop about 4 bodies, and I've already got ready to list in my head of motherfuckers I don't want to see. That I would see. If they walk the plank. Listen, if I was the general manager of the Vikings, goddamn it, I'm gonna tell you who would already be gone to be clear here and there. So now, as much as I'm a big Adam Thielen fan. As much as I love Adam Thielen, he's on the books for 19.8 million or whatever it is, 19.5, whatever it is. I be telling Adam, as much as we love you, bro, you see what we got going on right here. We got Hawkinson for the next year, and that motherfucker's a target machine. We got KJ Osborne, who's willing to step up to be the number 2. I think he's ready. He's wide receiver 2 ready. Bro, we're gonna at this point, bro. Do you want to win or not, bro? You're undrafted. You're the hometown hero, bro. We damn near need you to take the veteran minimum at this point, bro. You're already a $58 million man coming undrafted into the goddamn league, bro. We already paid you handsomely. According to the standards of the NFL, man, and you're 32 years old now. And your wife's chirping all on Instagram talking about how the Vikings ain't showing love. So you're already in a bad boat. That's 19 million. Here's the
Vikings gotta get younger on defense, definitely.
Yeah,
younger
definitely.
on defense, and I'm telling you, bro, we need to go. We need to make I think we need to sign a corner in free agency if we can get above and make enough. I want to see. I wouldn't mind. I want to see. I would rather see the Daniel Hunter go than Z Smith at this point. And a lot of Vikings fans don't agree with me on that. Because
I think you're going to be able to afford Adam Thielen, Jameis. You're going to be able to afford Adam Thielen because he's not going to command very much from anyone else.
He's going to restructure, bro. He's going to restructure
out there.
He got to think where he came from, but he's going to restructure. He's going to back down and just say, "Fuck it, I'll take the money." He wants to retire a Viking. And we got to start thinking about that motherfucker Jefferson, man. He's in, Hopkinson. Let's say T.J. Hopkinson has the year that I want him to have, and I expect him to have, and he just goes crazy. He says, "Fuck it, man. I've earned my goddamn Travis Kelce money. I've damn near performed on a Travis Kelce level." We got to think about that too, bro. Because I really like I really like what he was able to do for us for those last 10 games, and you got to think we're getting him for the whole 17 this year. And Adam Thielen, bro, you might be expendable with goddamn KJ Hopkinson and goddamn KJ at the helm, especially we feel like we got a lot of money back.
So let me give you the devil's advocate to just cutting a guy like Adam Thielen right now is like on the cap. You will save a little bit of money, but his base salary is like $11 million, but you're only going to save like
12.
Well, no, you're only going to save $6 million if you cut him pre-June. June 1st. So it's like these guys are either you trade them, you would get more value out of them. But yeah, you're not going to cut a lot.
And then Russell,
from him.
I ask you, how much do you think? But you got to think at this point, even though I think for the right team, like a team who feels like I think Cincinnati would be a great place for Adam Thielen, like a team like that or a team like that. That bro, I don't think we could get much more than. I think we could maybe squeeze a team for a third. I'm thinking maybe a fourth. But do you think a fourth? I would have a salty taste in my mouth if he went for more. If he was for cheaper than a third round pick, bro. If it was a fourth, fifth, or sixth, I feel that's kind of disrespectful for him, bro.
Well, your problem with that is his age and the fact that his contract is big. So people aren't going to want to give up draft capital for a guy.
Because they know they're going to have to take that. Minnesota's not going to pay that. They're going to have to take that whole $19 million with it.
I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible. But I mean, the league's getting younger. Everybody wants to get younger, so it's like that's not an investment that a lot of people would want to make. You want to take a shorter deal on that. Your best bet is to restructure that guy. You got $11 million in base salary right there. You could spread that out, and he probably would take a little bit less because he is a little bit older to get that hometown discount.
Because if we get Russell, if we could at least get to the point where we could secure the rookie money, it can make at least one or two little decent free agency splashes before we got these 4 picks, that we would be in the decent standings. You know what I'm saying?
Can I give you one more question? And because I know that Mike's dying to move to a different.
Oh, my bad. 5.
I want to hear Gregg Rice.
My bad. 5. We got the compensatory pick from Hockenson. My bad.
Go ahead, Ross.
Zadarius Smith is a guy that you can save about $12 million by cutting. How loyal are you as a Minnesota fan to Zadarius Smith?
You can't.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm pretty loyal to the point where I would if I could keep him, I would. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Until he got, he fell off the second half of the season, but it wasn't just off of he caught a knee contusion, and that's why I said I want rather Hunter grow, because bro, he was supposed to step it up when Hunter was when Z Smith was going through the little knee problems. You know what I'm saying? Because he was ready for that New York Giants game. Like I said, bro, I hate to bring it up, bro. They held that motherfucker damn near every play. I'm telling Z Smith, bro, and what he can bring to the pass rush game, bro. He's hard to replace, bro. He got about 10 sacks total, but he was top 3 in pressures, bro. He's bringing that pressure still.
See, the only problem with Zadarius is his contract. There's not much there to restructure, so it's like you definitely get a lot.
We just gave it to him.
Yeah. That's it. You only get to play that trick once. But I'm sorry, Mike. I went off base, but I wanted to bring some stats into the scenario.
No, that's okay. Our next topic, we were going to talk about Green Bay, talk about the Green Bay Packers, and not talk about Aaron Rodgers. But But you know, somebody said something earlier, and this report about Justin Fields, or excuse me, this report about the Bears leaning towards trading out of the number 1 pick. That came from Adam Schefter, and I think Russ and I, our conversation off camera, we kind of realized that people are split on whether you believe Adam Schefter or not when he says something. And I'm of the camp that I do believe him, because I believe that anything that comes through him is already approved by the league. Well, he opens every sentence with league sources have confirmed, or according to league sources. And I believe that that's not the busboy at the cafeteria. All right. That's actual league sources that are allowing that information to go out to the public. Gregg Rice, I want to hear your take on it. And then Mike, I want to hear your take on it after that. Go ahead, Gregg.
About Adam Schefter?
Yeah. Do you believe it when he says something? I know you're a skeptic.
I am a little bit. Look, 2 years ago, you guys, he came out with that Aaron Rodgers thing during the draft. And it absolutely killed the vibe of the draft. You know, with every pick, we heard the possible hypothetical, if this could be the pick to trade for Aaron Rodgers. I think, as Jamez touched on earlier, I think he really lost a lot of credit doing that. And we all seen how that turned out. It was funny, after Schefter reported it, Stephen A. Smith was coming out backing it up, Jay Glazer, even Ian Rappaport, all the official guys that we look to, or radio personalities. And I think with Schefter now, I think his word's pretty reliable. I do like Ian Rappaport a little better. But yeah, definitely, I could see some validity to that.
According to Aaron Rodgers, Adam Schefter don't know shit. And so I want to ask you, Mike the Bear fan, do you believe it when Adam Schefter gives you a piece of information?
Well, kind of like what Gregg said, but I believe him for sure. I mean, everybody has a mistake in life. You can't be right about everything. It probably got leaked, but it got switched probably. You never know. You know what I mean? I mean, there's a lot of different possibilities. But
where there's smoke, there's fire.
For sure. I follow him. I look on him. I do the Rappaport. I agree with you too there. I like Rappaport.
And then Mike, and then can we really? And then who the fuck does Aaron Rodgers believe that we're gonna really trust his punk ass? This fair and square? You lying ass bastard! It's not like you got a fucking track record of telling the goddamn truth. Right. I get sick of Aaron Rodgers' punk ass. He want to make a scene. He want to make a scene just because Adam Schefter messed up one time, or because he doesn't talk to my inner circle. I'll give y'all a prime example. You remember when Schefter first said that Rodgers was requesting $50 million a year? He said categorically, that's not true. Motherfucker, no, it was true. But
good call.
The way they spaced it out for 3 years, Aaron Rodgers was able to play a little word game and play his little. Bro, he's a master manipulator and he loves the attention, bro. He's the type of sometimes when I hear Aaron Rodgers speak, sometimes I think the exact opposite, bro. When he says one thing's not true, I think this has got to have some truth to it.
Yeah, but
that's a great call out. He said unequivocally that is false, and then he gets $150 million 3 years. That's $50 million a year.
That's $50 million a year, bro. You talking about some categorically? That's not true. No, you money hungry motherfucker. Yeah, it is true.
John Dorn, we're talking about your boy. I want to hear. What do you think? Does Adam Schefter don't know shit according to Aaron Rodgers? You think that's true?
Well, like you said, man, where there's smoke, there's fire. Right. It is what it is. To me, I just kind of hold off and wait till the truth comes out. I mean, like Aaron Rodgers, I mean, I'm to the point I'm sick of this dealing with the fucking bullshit in the offseason. I mean, he signed a contract last year. We should be going through the bullshit.
Exactly.
We should be doing.
You've had enough of that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's coming from Dan Campbell, the guy that, and the guy that I do respect. Dan Campbell, I do respect him. I just think he's a lousy coach, but a great motivator.
Hold on.
What you say, John Doe? John Doe, you say he's more of a loudmouth motherfucker.
He's a loudmouth motherfucker.
Dan Campbell has
one thing I like about Dan Campbell. One thing I like about Dan Campbell, Mike, though, is that he actually.
What I really think saved the Lions last year was Ben Johnson. I think he saved your second half was Ben Johnson.
No, you got to give Aaron Glenn some credit.
It was Ben Johnson.
You got to give Aaron Glenn some credit too, though. He felt. I don't know what happened in that Panthers game, but you got to give Aaron Glenn some credit too. God damn it.
Our offense was horrible last year.
What a topsy-turvy world we're living in these days.
Hey, but that lets you. Hey, I'm gonna give the Lions some credit. That's when you know when you coming up in the world a little bit when people are seeking after your coaches, bro. When people want to interview your wide receivers coach and defensive coordinator and wide receivers coach and shit, bro. I'm telling you, that lets you know, bro, that people are noticing shit that's going on.
5 of their wins came from the division. The division was horrible last year. Our offense was horrible last year.
Oh no, John, I won't say that. We ended up being mediocre.
You don't get to do that, Dorn. You don't get to go on this.
You guys haven't proved nothing yet.
No. Wait a minute.
The Packers were huge. Fuck you. No, fuck you, John Dorn. The Packers were a huge part of it being
Lions until you do one.
No, fuck that, John Dorn. John Dorn, do you not realize the Packers got that ass whipped 5 weeks in a row?
We didn't get
5 weeks in a goddamn row.
We didn't get our ass whooped.
Hey,
y'all Sauce Gardner took
last game we played the Vikings, so that was an ass whooping.
You did whip our ass, John Dorn, but don't forget about that ass whipping you had in Minneapolis. Motherfucker Sauce Gardner, the Vikings and the Detroit Lions beat the Jets. Sauce Gardner took over Green Bay and Lambeau Field, motherfucker. to the point where Lazard was so salty at the end of the game, he knocked the cheese head off of his goddamn head. Don't get me started on your goddamn Packers, buddy.
I told you the Packers fucking offense was fucking horrible last year.
No, John Dorn.
Hey, I gotta interject right there. See, you can't have it both ways, John Dorn. You can't talk all that shit at the end of the year saying
you guys haven't done shit. Why would you think you're doing that?
John Dorn, you said the Packers are gonna be 13. You said the Packers are gonna be 13-3 and sweep the division, motherfucker. That's what you said.
You did not say the Packers. The Bears you beat the Bears by 1 fucking point. Come on now. Bears gave you a run for your money in that first game.
Hey, it doesn't matter how many.
John Dorn.
We were 5-1 in the division. You have the burden of
proof. You want a fucking cookie for
John
that?
Dorn. Hold on.
I will bet you any money it won't happen next year.
John Dorn, you motherfuckers face it. John Dorn, y'all face. Hey, bro. Hey, and I got a lot of flack about this, bro. Y'all faced the Washington Commanders when they were 2-4, bro, and they had a backup quarterback in. And I knew goddamn well when they put Heineke in, you weren't winning that goddamn game. I screamed it from the mountaintops that you weren't winning that game when they put Heineke. As soon as they got Winston,
you're going 1 and done.
You might have said that, John Dorn, but guess what? Just like the first seed Packers from the year prior. Where were you at?
Only when the Packers had a bad season.
Weren't you the first seeded Packers the year before? John Dorn.
Okay.
The Packers were first seeded the year prior. You got knocked out by a wild card team, motherfucker.
You guys be looking back up at us again.
Okay, Jamez, hold on a second here because
Jamez got muted.
Hey, I'm just saying, you are a badass as far as talking shit. I gotta give John Dorn a chance to respond right here because you're a badass at get going. But John, you get 4 to 5 seconds.
He knows exactly what's going to go on. He said the Packers are going to come back and take the division over again, like always. With love, even with love.
How?
Definitely. We mean how?
Okay.
Come on, you guys are frauds. You guys are downgrading this year. The Lions are the same old Lions. And then the Bears, come on, the Bears are always the Bears. They just totally suck. They can't beat us.
John,
is that
no team in this division other than the Packers got whipped 5 weeks. Bro, let me break this down. Let me respond. John, I could see if you had a bad or down year the year before. The year before, you were 13 and goddamn 3, bro, and you were first in the goddamn NFC first seed, bro. So you had a way better point differential than the Vikings, a way better ranked defense than the Vikings, a way better offensive line. Oh, you name it, coach, whatever you want to call it. Bro, y'all got 0 play. The North had 0 playoff wins that year, bro. Y'all got knocked out by a team you beat in the regular season, just like us, bro. Only the difference is The Vikings weren't birth first seed, bro. The Vikings didn't have a top 15 defense. The Vikings own your ass because Kirk Cousins has a motherfucking winning record against you.
What about
You think? Hold on. Let me respond.
You got your ass
So you think? So you think because you're in So you think because you're in desperation mode and the Vikings have got the division wrapped up by a whole goddamn month and you split with us after getting your your doors kicked in Minneapolis, bro? We held you to 7 points.
When we fucking swept the division.
Hold on. We held you to 7. Not only did we hold you. Hold on. I'll let you go. I'm about to let you go. Not only did we hold you to 7 points through 4 fucking quarters.
I got more credibility than Lions.
What did Z Smith do to Rodgers, bro? Did Z Smith? Oh, damn. Here come Bill to save you. Did Z Smith? Oh. Hey, hold on, Bill. I'm about to let you go. Hold on.
Here comes Bill to save you.
Hold on. John Doran,
Jameis, it's other people's turn to talk, bud. It's other people's turn.
Save us, Bill.
Go ahead.
Year after year after year. What was your score prediction last season, Jameis?
Exactly.
Wasn't it 13 wins? And what did you win? 7 or 8, maybe?
I called 11 wins or better by the season start. Before the season started, yes.
Your football analogy is complete fucking trash.
How? If I got 2 more wins than I projected. I got 2 more wins than I projected with the 31st ranked defense, bro.
Previous season, we're talking the season before. Because I seem to have known you for about 7 years, and 7 times I heard you say we're going to get 13 wins, but I haven't seen you win.
I wasn't saying 13 wins that whole time.
And for you to say you own the Packers, yeah, you beat our ass the first game. But what happened the second game? And not to mention, this was our most down year in a decade. And y'all
were desperate.
That shit. You were still sitting.
Okay, Bill. I already admitted y'all whooped our ass, but the fact that the Packers, John Doran, yeah, you did dog walkers, but John Doran doesn't get that excuse. John Doran told me the Packers were going to have a top 5 defense. John Doran told me you were sweeping the division and that you motherfuckers were winning another 13 games. You fell way short of that, bro. You motherfuckers, you guys were on the cellar steps, bro. You were on the basement stairs with the Bears, bro.
Save us, John Doran. Save us.
John Doran told me they were sweeping the division and that Matt LaFleur was a bad motherfucker.
Division the last 7 years, so I mean, what's the difference?
We were ganging up on your boy, Bill. We were ganging up on your boy, and I respect you for coming in and protecting your own like that. I love it. You're a gentleman, a scholar, and an athlete.
I got shoved out in the back room. What the hell? Fucking
everybody, they went 1-on-1, and you know, in my defense, I gave John Doran the center stage, and I said everybody had to shut up, and all he had was SOL. We kick everybody's ass, and then everybody responded like, "What do you want us to do, John?
We've been beating on your ass for all these years."
John, hey, when Rashawn Gary was getting, hey, John Doran, week 1 when Rashawn Gary was getting it, when Rashawn Gary and Preston Smith was getting their ass tossed like rag dogs by Darisaw, I didn't see you talking that shit. I didn't see you talking that shit.
Mike,
I'm
sorry.
Now, hold on here, guys. I respect everyone's opinion. I especially respect John Doran's opinion. He's probably the only one of all of us on this panel that was around when the Lions won their last championship. So I respect everything that he says. So, but hey, that was really good banter, guys. I love it.
When you guys won a playoff game, were you alive?
I was.
No.
Were you?
No.
Hey, yes, John Doran. Hey, John Doran. Hey, in my Gregg,
team win a playoff game. That's bad.
Hold on, John Doran. Hey, in my Gregg Rice voice, we've all been alive to see that 49ers whoop that ass 4 straight times in the playoffs, buddy. 4 straight times, buddy.
Hey, Jameis.
You jealous? You jealous? You can't make it to the playoffs?
I'm on the road right now, Taco.
Don't that kind of hurt your feelings a little bit to watch us go and blow it so many times and you never even got a shot?
Hey, you know what's crazy about this? Bill was about to lay back and smoke a doobie until he see me on here motherfucking eating John Doran lunch. God damn it. Bill said, hold on, one of my Packers buddies is in distress. He got his cat rims on. Packers in distress.
No, as soon as you said
John Dorn.
Reel him in, Mike. Reel him in, Mike.
I didn't say the Vikings on the Packers, Bill. That's not what I said. I said Kirk Cousins on the Pat Turner.
All right.
We've been talking over each other for too long.
Jamez representing the Minnesota Vikings and Bill the Packer fan for the Green Bay Packers. We represent all 4 teams in the NFC North here. This is the NFC North Open Mic Night here on the main stage, brought to you by the Main Event 365. It is Open Mic Night, so feel free to put in your comment or your question. We'll kick it around the panel. We'll see if we can get you a good, intelligent answer sometimes. But be careful because you just might be susceptible to an attack. So, do we got any good comments out there, Russ Wayne? That we
Dan Davis. Hey, Dan Davis, the Lion fan. Dan Davis, the
Lions fan. We love Dan. Dan, we need you to come on the show, bro.
I tailgated with him when he came up to the game versus Detroit last year, bro. He said he's out on Ramsey. He doesn't like the move. He would be disappointed if the Lions got Ramsey. That's what something along the lines. It was a while ago.
To the Facebook user, did you guys get a ring or did you hang a banner? I'm confused.
What?
I noticed one of the comments said Bill, the Packer fan, is awesome. That must be Bill's fake account that he uses on the side. He's got a ghost account that he types in. Bill's awesome. That's he was out there setting that up while we were attacking John.
Nice.
He has 30,000 followers, so that means how do you keep up with 30,000 like Facebook accounts and get all those likes and everything? How do you do that?
Dude, it's rough, man. I use password changers and all that shit.
Bill's shadow account has more followers than you do.
Oh man.
Oh, good times, guys.
Hey, man, I really respect everybody's opinion on this show, and I appreciate each and every one of you. If you'd like to come on the show, be sure to contact us at the Main Event 365, and we'll do a little vetting from you, make sure you're not a robot, and we'll make sure your takes don't suck, and we'll try to get you on the show. I want to talk about the draft a little bit more, guys, because a quick timeline here for everybody to digest. The Combine starts, tomorrow. Hello. And this thing is already underway. There's a lot of chatter on social media today about, not on social media, on national media I was listening to today. And there were a lot of experts on there that were saying, don't be fooled because there's a lot of Packer haters out there that are talking about how Matt LaFleur and the Packer staff is not going to the Combine. And that's some sort of indication that they suck. But there are a lot of experts out there saying that that's just not true, that the Combine is actually an overblown circus. They call it the Underwear Olympics. It's just a chance. It's a media day. They get to rub elbows and they send their scouts and they get to be treated like royalty. Because the coach, when he sees Bijan Robinson's 40 time, he knows he didn't need to be there to watch it. And he's got major offseason work that they're working on right now. So I want to ask the panel, how important is the scouting combine? And do you read anything into it if your coach doesn't go to it? And we'll start with Bill the Packer fan, because your coaches are the ones that are being accused of sloughing by not going to the combine.
I think it does matter because they need to get out there and see what these players can do. Run all these tests, the jumps, the running, and all that stuff. I think
why? You have game tape. You have game tape, and you can see the data from the combine. Why do you need to go there and give 50 interviews?
Because you got to see it in person. You got to see what the player can do in person. I mean, video only tells you so much. I want to know their attitude and everything.
That's what the pro day is for.
Yeah, I think that's just clickbait. I think they're going to go.
Yeah.
So,
Charlie Weiss, former NFL head coach and offensive coordinator for Bill Belichick, said today that, that's nothing. Don't read anything into that. Some head coaches go, some don't. They get all the information they need. Most of the time, they rely on the tape more than they rely on the combine. But don't undersell the fact that they do interviews. But it's like in a speed dating kind of format there at the combine. And Charlie was saying they just really don't get that much out of it as much as they do like when they bring a prospect into their building. They really get to break them down.
Not even just that. Them going to the combine is more important than just the combine. That's when all the GMs and all the coaches actually get together, and that's where wheeling and dealing start.
True.
I listened to Floria earlier today, and he was saying that most of them GMs and coaches that go pay no attention to the They're strictly there making backdoor deals. And it's the year that they need to be there if you're willing to barter, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
You need to be out there, trying to get out there and feed that around so the other GMs see who's biting and who ain't. This way you can get a good feel of what you can haul in for them. You guys say that a lot of these, teams won't pay a lot, but you'd be surprised what happens behind closed doors.
For sure.
And free agency starts March 15th. So this is ahead of that. They can actually do a little illegal tampering as well if they want to.
Yes, sir.
Greg Bryce, I want to get your take on the combine. Is it important that the coaches go, or is this just a circus?
I mean, it is and it isn't, and both you and Bill just kind of touched on it. I mean, essentially, it is the underwear Olympics. I mean, these players look really impressive in gym shorts and not even cleats half the time. They're in cross trainers doing jumps and stuff. So it looks great. I think what Bill was just tapping on, man, this is where a lot of backdoor deals go on, and people start talking even though they shouldn't, because it's considered a tampering period. But I mean, I think it is to represent your team and to show that you care. And also, I get it, what you were saying, Mike, in terms of, all the footage is taped, everything's there, but then to see how these players react with other players as well. A lot of those intangibles and stuff, like, is this guy a loner off just kind of doing his own thing, or is he bonding with other prospects? There's a lot I think you can get from going to it. So I don't know. Is the combine a little overhyped, the actual event? Yeah, I would say so. Like I said, all these guys look fast and incredible in gym shorts, but I think it's more important for just A, representing your franchise, and B, getting some of those under the table deals cooking. So
okay, all right, that's a good take. Appreciate that. Mike the Bear fan, what do you think? Scouting combine, does it mean a damn thing?
Well, since we're moving on to the tidy whitey commercial, I believe it does matter. I mean, you got to know you're drafting, you got to see them in person. I can make film look good too. I mean, all my Fields videos, great.
But that's what you have scouts for, right? I mean, you have personnel, personnel department people that can go and do all that. And the coach, they got, and the GM, they got a lot going on. And a lot of them just don't go. Jamez, do you think the scouting combine is important? Do you think Kevin O'Connell will be at the scouting combine?
I think not only do it, I think it's damn important. I think it's even though head coaches might not go all the time, I like to see my head coach involved in that. But can I just swing it left a little bit? There's two things I want to do. First thing I want to clarify is I want people to understand that John Dorn confirmed that the prostitution ring about the ice fishing is not some shit I pulled out my ass. I want John Dorn to confirm that that's a true story and that shit's really going on. John Dorn, just say yes.
What are you talking about?
the prostitution ring that they claim is going on at the ice fishing in your town.
Hey, my town, that's Lake Erie. That was the governor said some bullshit about some fucking crap. Yeah, that's the
nice.
Okay, thank you. Moving on. I didn't want the crowd to think I was pulling that out of my ass. But no, another thing. Hey, Russell, can you bring up the comment from this guy? His name is Christopher. He commented about 5 minutes ago. I've got a bone to pick with this motherfucker. Him right there. Russell, pull it up.
Right
Christopher
there.
Cater. I want you to say, he said, I'm in Vikings country here wearing my Packers slippers. Let me tell you something, motherfucker. You better stop doing you bad luck ass mother. Listen, bro, I don't like any of you pack turds coming from across the border talking about you're wearing any of your goddamn gear. We consider taking a dump as taking a Green Bay. Consider taking a dump as taking a Green Bay Packer around here.
I like it.
Playoffs.
But combines are definitely important, and I agree with my guy Simon on that. John Dorn, don't push me to the edge.
Big Dan Davis says there's also pro days. That's where coaches get a real good look at players as well. But you hear some knocks on pro days as well, that every throw is scripted and they never make them throw what they're not good at. Also news that came out today, Bryce Young not going to throw at the combine.
Why?
He's only going to throw at his pro day. CJ Stroud and Will Levis and Anthony Richardson expected to throw. I want to kick around the panel now. I want to talk about Anthony Richardson now, because this guy is the most polarizing prospect we've seen. We'll start with you, Jamez. That way we don't have to hear you anymore. What do you think about Anthony Richardson?
I'm sorry, guys. I done got to the bottom of this.
What do you think about Anthony Richardson?
I think, hey, Richardson, I was talking to my guy, Stephen Thomas. You know, he's a Lions fan. He was thinking that if the Lions stayed at 6, bro, and that if he was on the board or Sprout was on the board, he would take him. And I think he does have some upside to his game, bro. Like let's say I had the number 6 pick, and I was maybe thinking quarterback to think, you know, after Kirk Cousins, or, you know, just to put a fire under his ass. Like, listen, bro, we got this nice rookie on. I'm telling you, bro, Kentucky, Will Levis. That's where I'm going. I'm going to just like Justin Herbert, bro. They're discounting this guy, and they're saying, oh, he doesn't have like the playmaker ability like Bryce Young. He's the best all-around quarterback in this draft, and I'm going to be right about this, and I'm going to gloat about it when the day comes.
Do you think Will Levis is going to be the best quarterback in the draft?
Best quarterback in this draft all around, and has the best career in the NFL out of every quarterback in this draft.
Wow. All right. We're going to go to another panel member now and ask him the same question that you didn't answer. We'll say Gregg Rice. Is Anthony Richardson, what do you think? They say he's the most physically gifted quarterback in the draft. It's all about upside with him. He's raw. You've heard all kinds of things like Detroit would be a good landing spot because he could sit behind Goff, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to ask you where you think he'll go. What do you think of the player from what you've seen and what you've read?
So, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. Quite a few of his highlight reels have popped up on my Facebook and on my YouTube randomly. And you look at it, Matt, he's got this one play where he is just dancing. He looks like a ballerina back there. Evades 4 sacks, throws a dime to a wide receiver. The highlight reels are always impressive. It's the full body of work. And there's really a few YouTube channels that I really like that bring up the good and the bad. I'll be the first to say I think AR-15 is an amazing prospect. I think the physical tools, the measurements, and the skill set is there. It's just if it can be refined and honed into a quality NFL quarterback. I'm not so sure about him at 6. I think that's a bit of a reach. If we were to stay at 6, I'd rather grab a top-tier prospect, be that whoever's left on the board from Carter, Anderson, or Witherspoon. I'd much rather grab those guys 6. But if he's sitting there at 18, it would be it'd be a question worth asking or worth answering. Is it worth passing up this guy who has all those traits that you want?
Yeah, well, there's no way he makes it out of the top 10.
Really?
Especially if he does well at the combine, as many quarterback thirsty teams as there are, and with all that upside and that 6'4", 236, and a cannon for an arm, no way he makes it out of the top 10. Excuse me. John Dorn, you got any thoughts about it?
Well, for Anderson, he ain't going to make it around top 10. But the guy I'm looking for is Richardson. If I'm going to sit someone for a year or two, I'll get that Richardson. I like his style. I like him. If I'm going to get a quarterback that's going to sit a year or two, Richardson's the guy for my guy. But to start off right away, I'll get Levitt or Anderson, if they're going to be day one starters.
Right.
But I want to go back to about bringing the coaches going to the combine. I think the force should be going there, but way our offense was last year, I think they got to get something going on that offense, and I don't mind them sitting back and making new schemes and all that stuff up. Take this time and do that. I have no problem with that, to tell you the truth. I'd rather see them get something doing some of that offense, because that offense was horrible last year.
Now I'm going to ask every one of the panel now. I want to ask each one of you individually. I'm going to give you some names of some free agent quarterbacks, and I want you to make a prediction on what team they'll be playing for in 2023. We'll start with our illustrious producer, Mr. Russell Wayne. Here's the list of free agent quarterbacks, and I want you to tell me a team that you predict that they are going to land with. Derek Carr, Jimmy G, Aaron Rodgers, Baker Mayfield, Jacoby Brissett.
Well, a couple of those guys I don't think are going to go get starter jobs. Derek Carr, I think, would be a good fit in Carolina. or
okay.
And I really like the fit of Aaron Rodgers following in Brett Favre's footsteps and going to the New York Jets. They got a really, really good defense, and I think that they would mortgage their future to, you know, possibly win a championship with that top 5 defense. And,
all right, I said pick one, but you're the producer. You can take 2. That's okay.
Oh, you only said
John
pick
Dorn,
one?
same question to you. Aaron Rodgers, is he going to play for the Packers? They're going to trade him.
He's going to play for the Packers. I like to see Love start, but it's going to end up one more year with Rodgers.
Because they're not gonna be able to get anybody to give them that much for him.
There's too many free agent quarterbacks right now where you get cheaper.
Yeah.
All right.
And I see Carr going to the Jets. I can see Wentz maybe in a backup somewhere, maybe to the Bears or something for a backup.
Who goes to the Bears?
Wentz.
Kobe Brissett?
No, Wentz. He just got
released today.
Yeah.
Good call, John.
Who was released today?
Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz.
Oh,
He needs backup for Justin Fields.
That's a good call. I didn't know that.
You know, he would be a great backup for the Detroit Lions. Number 1 and number 2.
I see what you did, Russ. I see what you did.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
It's my quarterback.
Yeah. Well, you know, we were talking about trading up, or excuse me, we're talking about the Bears trading out of the first pick. In the last 20 years, there's only been really one time in the last 12 years that a team has traded out of the number 1 pick. Does anyone know who that was?
It was the Rams.
They traded out of the number 1 pick to take a quarterback. Excuse me. They traded out of the number 1 pick once in the last 12 years to take a quarterback. Does anyone know who that quarterback was?
It was Jared Goff.
One Jared Goff, correct. Greg Rice. Jared Goff, the only quarterback in 12 years for somebody to trade out and take the number 1 pick. And that's a keen observation there. We pick up Carson Wentz as a backup, and we get the number 1 and number 2 quarterbacks from that draft in that year.
Make
that
it
would
happen.
be interesting.
Hey, Mike. Yeah, hey, Russell, I want to ask y'all a question, and without being disrespectful to say this, bro, I think at number 6, just because you have the 18th pick and you got the Lions got goddamn 8 goddamn picks this year or more. I think if CJ Stroud or Will Levis is on that goddamn board, bro, you can't trust Jared Goff, bro. You can't trust him. Hey, no, I'm gonna give Russell, Greg, and goddamn Mike. I want you to go over his whole goddamn career and now he had a damn good year last year. But when have you ever seen him put 2 years like that together back to back?
2017, 2018. But I get what you're saying, Jameez. I get what you're saying. Look, 2017, 2008, great back-to-back years. But I get what you're saying.
Ford was his offensive coordinator.
When we go over Goff's body of work his entire career, you guys, he's hit or miss. He's 50% on good seasons to bad seasons. I get what you're saying, Jameez. And I'm not against taking a quarterback. I'm not, man. If Brad Holmes, if Stroud's there, Levis, I don't know.
Greg, it's not even to disrespect him, bro. It's not even to make him feel. It's not even to make him feel some type of way, bro. We're thinking for the future too, bro. It's not like we're gonna say, "Oh, he's got your job. You're gonna start right away." Yeah. No, motherfucker. He's under the wing to learn from you for at least a year or 2. And motherfucker, if you get to playing like Jared Goff, he's coming in. Period. Point blank. But the thing about it is, bro, Jared Goff. He had a low, not only the yards, but bro, he had a low amount of turnovers, bro, this year, bro, a very low amount, bro, to the point that I think the offensive line saves his ass a little bit more than we talk about, but that can be said for any quarterback.
Well, Lions running game helped them out too. I mean, that was
definitely good call out, John.
That too.
See, the only situation
you got to think you got JMO, you got JMO coming off a fresh year, bro. And like you said, bro, I watched him in the SEC, bro. He dominated that fucking SEC, bro. He did.
Jameez, the only thing to taking a quarterback at number 6, man, is I'll put it to you like this: we are the Detroit Lions. We have been patient enough. We have been losing enough, man. We want to see a winner, at least a wild card spot next year. I think we're going to have the roster to do it via free agency and our draft picks this year. If you take a quarterback at number 6, you are essentially setting Jared Goff up for failure the moment he has a bad game. The moment he has a bad game, this fan base will turn on him and demand that number 6 pick
Greg,
start.
you know what the fan base is gonna do, bro, with the young gunner in the wings, bro, and it would happen for anybody, and that's why I said you don't want to disrespect him to the point where he's on eggshells, bro. But at the same point, bro, we gotta be, and you would be disrespecting and ignoring other glaring needs by doing that.
That's what I'm
you know
saying.
What I'm saying?
That we need an instant day one starter at number 6, man. To if we needed a quarterback, if Goff didn't play as well as he did last year, if we needed a quarterback, I'd be all for grabbing a quarterback at number 6. My thing is Jamez, I'm telling you, with this fan base, I'd say about a quarter of our fan base is still loyal to Stafford, still holds him as the golden child, the gold standard, and him and Jared Goff's quarterback styles are so polar opposite that Lions fans actually became addicted to the fast-paced, big arm, regardless of turnover Stafford made. They got addicted to that. Jared Goff is on a short leash, and to draft a quarterback at number 6 makes that leash even shorter, man. Like I said,
Lions gotta go. The Lions gotta go defense heavy on this. In this
thank
draft.
you, yeah, John.
Hey, bro, if I'm the Lions at number 6, bro, I'm taking the best defender on the goddamn board.
Yes,
I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. With the quarterback need in the league, not both of them, but either Will Anderson or fucking Jalen Carter will be there at number 6. I'm claiming it right now. They both won't be there.
Too.
They both won't be there, but at least one of them will be there. I'm pulling that trigger. I don't care about how Jalen Carter looked in the championship game, bro. That motherfucker has a motor like Aiden Hutchinson, bro. He's coming all goddamn game, bro.
Here's my thoughts on it.
He has upside out
I
the
believe
head.
that if Anthony Richardson is there at 6, because I don't think the other 3 quarterbacks are going to be there. Will Levis, C.J. Stroud, Bryce Young, they will be gone before 6, I believe.
Yeah.
And Anthony Richardson will be there at 6, and I do believe that Brad Holmes would draft him. Okay. I don't want him to. I don't want him to. I want him to take Hendon Hooker in the 3rd. Yeah. Him and his torn ACL. Yeah. Think about it. Would you rather have Anthony Richardson, the project, all that upside, or would you rather have 2 stellar defenders and a quarterback like Hendon Hooker, who would have been a top 10 if it had not been for the injury, and you're in no rush to put him on the field, but you could get Joey Porter and Devin Witherspoon both.
Oof. I love it.
Hey, Mike.
Then get Hendon Hooker in the 3rd. That's what I would love to see, but I do believe Brad Holmes will draft Anthony Richardson.
I'm hoping Holmes. I'm hoping Holmes is not that goddamn smart. Hey, because I'm gonna say it to the main stage. I made a bet, $100 bet with both Melvin and Hubert softball that the Vikings were going to have a better defense than the Lions this year. And I ain't going to lie. I haven't told them yet, and I'm not going to admit it to them. I hope they don't watch this, bro. I was scared about that bet a day afterwards when I saw a potential mock draft for the goddamn Detroit Lions. I'm not even going to disclose the players that they took at 6 and 18 because I don't even want you to rally behind it, Russell. I'm telling you. If they go the defense 6 and 18, bro, I'm gonna be worried about the Lions a little bit.
You should be. This draft is so deep. I think that ability to evaluate talent, they can get a quarterback at 6 if they want to, and there's so much on the back end that they can load up on. I don't see Brad Holmes shying away from it.
Lions got 2 first.
If they just went.
Yeah.
My bad, John.
Are we gonna change subjects again? Do I get to respond to Jamez's question that he asked to everybody that you went around the entire panel and then asked a different question and then Jamez answered the second question?
Hey, jump in line.
I'm sorry, Russ. Did you say something?
Hey, you guys have caught me after hours.
Hold on, guys. I think Russ wants to say something. Go ahead, Russ.
All right, the offensive line, and you're not afraid of Jared Goff. So here's the truth about Brad Holmes. Brad Holmes brought in Jared Goff, and this thing that John Dorn was saying about Ben Johnson, he wrote the offense with Jared Goff. He didn't write the offense with Jared Goff to draft the guy number 6 overall. That is going to be a defensive player. We're not thinking about I don't think that we're even thinking about a quarterback right now. And all right, offensive line was good. That is not an indictment on Jared Goff, the quarterback. Frank Ragnow did not pass the ball to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Now, they kept Jared Goff clean, and when they keep Jared Goff clean, Jared Goff is a top 10 quarterback, and he has proven it. I'm on an objective show right here, so there is no argument. If anybody argues that he's a top 10 quarterback, then you're just stupid to football.
Hey, Russell, I'm not. I got him there, Russell. Hey, Russell, I got him inside the top 10. Anybody that agrees with that, motherfucker. Anybody that agrees with that can bring their ass on the show. Anybody that agrees with that can come and tell us why.
But his 7 interceptions, playing mistake-free football with the type of that's the type of, when you're building from the offensive line, you're building for ball control, you're building to win the game in the fourth quarter and choke teams out, like he said, pull them out into the deep end and stomp them out.
And Russell, even if he does, even if the offensive line is so good that it hides a couple flaws, bro, they didn't bring that shit for Tom Brady or some of these other great quarterbacks that had a great offensive line to protect their goddamn ass, bro. I'm telling you, most quarterbacks, bro, if they've got some skill, you give them enough time, bro. Wide receivers are eventually going to get open, bro.
But
Jared Goff has made clutch. The thing is like what people love to do is discredit him with the offensive line. Like he didn't make the throws. He's made clutch throws. Do you remember last year in Ford Field when he threw a touchdown pass to Amon-Ra St. Brown when the time expired against the Minnesota Vikings? That shit is
Russell, you can't teach that. I thought it was most disrespectful. The one I didn't like, the first down to Panay Sewell. I thought that was disrespectful by Dan Campbell to do us like that. But you think, bro, he tricked that first game off in Minneapolis, bro. He know he had that game. He know he had that first game in Minneapolis, bro. That motherfucker brought all the tricks out. I was like, goddamn. The Vikings, bro, the defense, they could have found the answer for that.
His away games ain't as good. That's all I'm
saying, brother. When it comes down to it,
Russ, finish your thought. We're gonna let John Dorn respond. Go ahead, Russ. Finish your thought.
I'm trying to. Everybody wants to tell me they want to give me the preface before I finish. Hey, Russ, you can finish your thought.
All right, thank you.
Wait, Mike. I was gonna finish my thought.
There you
go. Still haven't finished your thought.
I don't even know what my thought was now. I was interrupted so many damn times.
John Dorn, we're going to give you the last word. Fields garbage.
Goff is all right. He ain't great and he ain't bad. He's just right in the middle. I mean, his away games ain't good. His away games ain't good at all. At home, he plays great. On away games, he's not as good.
Good point.
We gave John Dorn the last fucking word.
Yes, we did. That was solid too. Thank you, John. That was a good thing.
Get back out to the ice. He got some hose to tend to.
Yeah.
Hey, John Dorn. Hey, I'm glad you clarified that, John Dorn. I didn't want the gallery to think I was just pulling that out of my ass, bro. I want to let them know that's an open investigation.
The mayor.
No, you better watch your ass. You better watch your ass when you're out there ice fishing. Goddammit.
Let me tell you the story. There's a mayor on Lake Erie. By Lake Erie, there's a mayor saying that there was prostitution going on the lake. Whether people are going ice fishing, but ice shacks and have prostitution. It was
nice.
True story.
See, John Dorn, he can only tell us so much. You know, he doesn't want to incriminate himself.
I made a meme.
Yeah.
So hear me out. Hear me out here.
Holding little fishing poles too, the little ice poles.
Nice.
Oh, this is gonna be
Hey, John Dorn, Mike, I think he was trying to derail the investigation.
Hold on.
I think he was trying to derail the investigation.
I'm just trying to wrap my head around this, right?
Yeah.
So somebody's sitting there going, you know, man, we should get some hose.
Yeah.
Go out there to the ice. They could turn tricks in the shanty.
Hell yeah.
Bro, Mike, have you seen the level that John Dorn these guys take ice fishing, bro? They got heaters and shit in the motherfuckers, bro. John Dorn's ice fishing. Hey, John Dorn's ice fishing spot. I ain't gonna lie, I might want to get me some ass in that thing. You got that way.
And this is the main event 365.
Yeah, don't mind
football, 365 days a year.
Yeah. Purely.
And ice fishing
I
prostitution.
guess we get a little off topic during
conspiracy
off
theorists.
season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like them hoes on the lake. We call them
Yeah,
lake
yeah.
lizards.
Man.
Then bitches
All
be
right, let's
cold.
wrap this circus up. Hey, so for Mike the Bear fan, John Doran the Packer fan, Gregg Rice, and Minneapolis, Minnesota, and our illustrious producer, Mr. Russell Wayne, I am your host, Main Event Mike, and it's been a pleasure to be here with each and every one of you. So God bless each and every one of you. Peace out.
Peace out.